Members of the Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools, ASUSS, Edo State, have called on the state government to provide a conducive learning atmosphere for both students and teachers in the state. State chairman of the union, Mr. James Agonwayi Edubo, made the appeal when the association paid a courtesy visit to the newly appointed executive chairman, Edo State Secondary Education Board, Ms. Sonia Ebaneita Omoezele in Benin City. BTV News Ebe Igwirese has the report.
The visit to the newly appointed executive chairman of Edo State Senior Secondary Education Board by the Academic Staff Union of Secondary School, ASUSS, was to draw the attention of the government to address some prevailing challenges in the education sector in the state.
Once again, I want to say that I did very delighted to be here this morning. Before now, we have board in abstract. What do I mean by that? Before now, we know that we used to have board then, but after a while, it was like it was fused into the ministry, that we could not distinguish between the ministry and the board.
Speaking at the meeting, the chairman of the Academic Staff Union of Secondary School, Edo State, Mr. James Agonwayi Edubo, while congratulating the board chairman, Ms. Sonia Ebaneita, commended the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, for considering and giving the younger generation the opportunity to serve. He urged the board chairman to use her good office to influence more development and progress in the school under her supervision. He further emphasized the need for the state authority to look into the plight of the school teachers and address the delay in the promotion of secondary school teachers.
What I want to do for us is that help us to pester the commissioner, but there are so many things that he's doing, so that just as I promised us that next week, this story of Itakeda would have been in the past, that it will be brought to bear, as they have said. If nobody remind him or quicken his thoughts towards that, it might not be possible, as he has said, because he's full of so many issues that he's handling now. Employment. The minimum number of teachers that was needed was 10,000 plus. 10,000 plus as of 10 years ago. Now, retirement and death has removed so many people from the service. It therefore means that we have a lot of vacancies. And when I heard that they're talking about 500, I just know. I said, what can 500 do? Then, 10 years ago, it was 10,000 plus. 10 years till now, people, even 666, we also remove a lot of persons. From police retirement, we remove a lot of persons. And as we are still talking now, people are still retiring. And imagine the next number. Let me also quickly bring to your notice now that as of today, some schools are only having one permanent teacher. One. So if the government is thinking about employing 10,000, I will still see it as a mirage to deliver on the quality that we are propagating for Edo child.
On his part, the executive chairman of the board, Ms. Sonia Ebaneita, while appreciating the union, thanked the union for the visit. She promised that the challenges mentioned will be looked into by the Okpebholo's administration.
To appreciate you and the results of your team. First and foremost, I want to appreciate His Excellency, the Executive Governor, President, Senator Monday Okpebholo, for this great privilege, for giving me this opportunity to lead this esteemed board. I want to appreciate you once again. Because we so far, with what I've heard so far, it shows your commitment to the development of the education in our state. And we recognize the fact that the union is a critical stakeholder in SSEB. And we are so happy in that.
Other members of the board also commented on the visit and plans by the Okpebholo's administration to ensure a more conducive teaching and learning environment across the state.
We want to thank you for the presentation. We give to our director. That's all of us. We don't have name is there, but it's all of us. We appreciate you for that. We also want to thank you for the thought-provoking messages that we have here. In fact, it will be a guide for us because we need to have this feedback from the field to enable us know exactly where we are lacking and where to. We are already considering some of the issues that are raised here, like the issue of promotion, the issue of the those stars. We're already considering that, but this closing time and the Takeda is a new one, so we're going to add that to our schedule. We're going to work for that.
Highlight of the event was the presentation of gifts for the executive chairman of the board, Ms. Sonia Ebanehita, by the union chairman, Mr. James Aigomahi Idubo, for her leadership quality and love for teachers thus far. Ebe Igberese, reporting for BTV News.